This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Southeast Melbourne Phoenix travel to Illawarra to face the Hawks, and this head-to-head market is very interesting. You can see Illawarra $1.62, but coming off a home loss in round one, the Phoenix, they're coming off a win in round one, so that is an interesting head-to-head market, of course. Mitch Creek, the Phoenix go as he goes. He is a beast. Tyler Harvey for the Hawks, 6 of 19 last week. They'll need him to be more efficient this week, and you can see a same-game multi there. Kyle Adnam under 15.5. Mitch Creek, he gets on the glass, and the Phoenix to cover the 3.5. Enjoy the game and gamble responsibly.
You know the score. Stay in control. Gamble responsibly.
He's playing inspired basketball.
They're getting around him.
Here he is, catch and shoot.
He is an exciting player.
Tarangi, beautiful touch. Adnam steps into the three with confidence.
We can't wait for this one to get started.
Everywhere he goes, he leads leagues.
There's a superstar.
They really do not like each other. It's a big rivalry.
Game one, round two of Hungry Jack's NBL comes to you from the court by the sea. This is the Sandpit at the Wynn Entertainment Centre in Wollongong. These fans are excited. They're about to watch 8 games in 5 days. 7 of the 10 NBL clubs have weekend doubles, including the 2 we're about to see tonight. Good evening, everybody. I'm Matt Russell, excited to be courtside for the Illawarra Hawks against the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. The Hawks out to bounce back from a Game 1 loss against Sydney, where they were let down by really poor shooting and a poor finish. 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes as they went down by 9 against their arch rivals, the Kings. The Phoenix, well, they started really well against the Tasmania Jack Jumpers and rode that wave to victory. The key for them tonight, start well, build it into the second, third, and deliver a complete performance over 4 quarters. Now, the news tonight centres on the Illawarra Hawks. Their American import guard, Justin Robinson, is out with a knee injury. He'll also miss Saturday's trip to Perth. In fact, scans tomorrow will reveal the severity of that knee injury, and Hawks fans are concerned it might not be a short-term injury. We'll watch this space. So what does it mean? It means that Kevin White comes into the lineup, and around him, Tyler Harvey will need to shoot the ball better. Sam Froling will need to shoot the ball better despite rebounding well. And will Lockie Dent be required to deliver his heroics again? Time will tell. As for Mango Mathiang, his objective is simple. Come off the bench and be agent provocateur all over again.
Tonight, just about the same, just a bunch of energy, a little bit more poise, I think. Just got the first game out of the way, so now I should just kind of, just relax and let the game come to me and, just seeing whatever the opposition gives me, and, that's the one that I'll take.
Mango Mathiang from the Charlotte Hornets to Europe, and now his first season in the NBL against the Phoenix, who rode 30 points from their captain, Kyle Adnam. 6 of 9 threes, thank you very much. A perfect 8 from 8 at the free throw line, supported by the club's MVP. Mitch Creek, more than 20 points per game last season, and he delivered the same in Game 1 this season. He certainly, despite a foot injury, hit the ground running and looks to build on that tonight.
Boxing out is the key for us right now, restricting the team to kind of get second chance opportunities. They got some gunslingers out there. Harvey's percentage is down, but we know someone like Timmy Conrad and some of these other guys, King, can get really hot really quick. So we control that, we push the pace offensively, we'll be in a good spot.
What a start it would be by the Phoenix without 4 potential studs to start 2-0. That's possible tonight as we welcome our commentators, Alistair Nicholson, Peter Hooley, and a man who had this crowd eating out of his hand quite often not so long ago, Damon Lowry. Men, I wonder how the Hawks handle the absence of Robinson.
Great build-up, Matt. So good to have you courtside. And yes, feeling great company tonight with 2 championship winners. Damon Lowry, of course, at this side back in 2000, 2001. If you look at it from an Illawarra Hawks perspective as well, the last couple of seasons they've started the year really well, 4-0, 3-0. To go 0-2 to start the year would be a real setback for them, Pete.
Well, it definitely would, but look, they've had so much roster turnover. Tyler Harvey's numbers were down last week. They were down last year in terms of efficiency. He's going to have to fire. Without his running mate, Justin Robertson, a lot's going to come down to Tyler Harvey's efforts on the offensive end. We'll see how he goes.
We heard that mention of Lachlan Dent, didn't we? What an extraordinary performance on debut. 7 of 7 from three-point range. He is the first development player to lead the Hawks scoring ever. He had 22 points in 20 games prior to that, and he's come up with 7 threes.
Absolutely phenomenal effort by Lockie. He's Lockie no accident, if you ask me. And I'm the president of the Lockie fan club. And he should go right up to Matt Campbell, GM, and say, look, man, I need a contract for the year today.
Well, let's take a look at the champion starting 5 and see if he is in it, Pete Hall.
Well, he is, and rightly so. First career start for Lockie Dent. So he's well deserved because it was an unbelievable effort last week. And 7 of 7 from the field. I mean, the only real negative from his game, he's got to shoot a lot more than that. If you haven't missed, you've got to get him up. He'll be in there. I'm expecting a big game from Sam Froling and Deng Deng as well. But this Phoenix outfit, they're going to be ready to fire. Yes, they're missing some guys. We have a look at their champion starting 5. Junior Medut, he was a bit slow out of the gates in his first game last weekend. Mitch Creek, Alan Williams, and Kyle Adnam. Can he repeat his 30-piece? We'll find out.
Our refs are Alex McEwen and the experienced Michael Aylan. We have a rookie ref who's going to throw the ball up here at the tip. Jack Taylor of Canberra. Welcome to the NBL. Great to have your company wherever you're watching around the country or around the world. Thursday night basketball live from Wollongong, and here is Dent in possession for the Hawks. Froling's got a big role to play for Illawarra, as does Harvey. Loops it up, Froling underneath. Dent fires it out, wide open. 3.
Assist Dent.
Well, it's a much needed knockdown from Deng Deng. Didn't score last week, averaged 7 points a game last season. Lockie Dent, I knocked him for not shooting enough at 7 of 7. Basically has a little floater. He decides to pass it off, but I guess you go good for great when someone knocks it down.
Kyle Adnam started just the 2 games last season for the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Dominant performance against the Jack Jumpers as Creek goes towards the basket. Great D from the Illawarra Hawks.
You can tell that's why Deng Deng is starting instead of Mathiang, because of that Mitch Creek matchup. So he didn't trust the floater. He didn't trust the fact that Mathiang might not be able to stay with Creek. So he gets Deng Deng on him just to give him that extra mobility and length.
Adnam into the paint. Follow up from Williams. That's what he's known for.
That's exactly right. That's something he did well, really good last week, especially in the blitz. And a little shove out of the way. Hasn't been whistled for too many fouls yet. Only 1 foul last week after fouling out 3 times in pre-season.
Deng works hard and with the right hook finds another bucket.
That's what reminds me of back in my era, Pete. When you was a little fella on the court, it seemed like they was always trying to post you up. Just then, Deng Deng saw that he had Kyle on him, and he just kept his dribble, walked him down, and shot the nice little hook over the top.
That's a mouse in the house. Deng Deng, good patience. I like the start from Deng Deng, not trying to force anything. Nice patience as Al Williams tries to answer back. No good there. And Sam Froling, that's what he does do well. Absolute window cleaner.
So Jacob Jackomas, his first game in charge of St George, of the Illawarra Hawks, would have had some things that he liked about that performance. Shooting let them down, but they weren't far away. They led for long periods, 13 lead changes. It was really only that 8-0 run at the end of the game that blew that margin out.
I mean, the way they scored the ball still with their 2 superstar guards going 11 of 39 combined, you don't expect that to happen very often. Looking forward to seeing and hearing about this update on Justin Robertson at halftime from Matt Russell's going to have a couple of chats because it's a crucial one for the Illawarra Hawks if they want to have success this season.
Oh, Adnam.
There's been a lot said about how bad the Hawks shot in game 1. But to give up 225 points, that's the problem. So the guys got to work out the defensive rules. Now, look, You wouldn't say there's any really lockdown defenders. Okay, Wani Swakala-Bullock, he would be their probably best on-ball defender. But as a collective, the group is going to have to organize their rules, be disciplined, and not give up so many points. Simple as that.
Oh, there's the Amy replay of Deng Deng absolutely flattening Kyle Adam. Kyle Adam wanted a little bit more. You think there was a little bit extracurricular about that? Just looked like got him off the ground. And
Williams is working hard in the paint. He's made an early impact. Had the 5 rebounds in the opening 4 minutes in his first game. You thought he's on world record pace here. He did slow down a bit as the game wore on, but I think he's going to be a player that we'll enjoy watching throughout this NBL season 23. Frolling. Here is Williams with the big frame in front of him, 120 kilos of it. Adman for 3.
Oh, boy.
Picking up where he left off.
Harvey held up in transition. Finds a way through. Fouled on the way to the basket.
This is when you need some discipline, because obviously Tyler's going to come out and try to score. You want to pressure him 35 feet away from the basket like that, you're asking for trouble, because he's just going to put his head down, get into the paint, and create havoc. On the other end, you're looking at what Alan Williams wants to do in the post, and Sam Froling's job is to try to keep him from shooting those little 2-foot, 3-foot baby hooks.
That's just a veteran move from Tyler Harvey. But the rookie, Junior would do it on his hip. Just knows that he's staying attached. So just jump into him and try and get to the free throw line, which should be good for his confidence. See a couple go down from the free throw line. Start to get your eye in. As we mentioned, with no Justin Robinson, they're going to need him to fire.
Improved that shooting percentage, but also a few more assists wouldn't go astray. We saw Robinson had 8 assists on debut. We wonder when he'll be back, if he's back, as Creek goes to the basket.
That's the 2-man game that we spoke about earlier. Kyle and Creaky, them 2 guys on the dribble handoff, pick and roll situation on the wing is very efficient.
Rolling. Harvey with that floater. Can't get it to go again.
He's getting deep in the lane. Whenever he wants, just turning the corner. And this is probably why I'm a little, yes, it's well rewarded was to start Lockie Dent, but I would have thought bringing him as a 6th man would have allowed him to come on and try and get some shots up. Right now, he's trying to do the unselfish thing, which is what you have to do when you get your first career start. You don't want to shoot the ball too much.
Adnam short on that shot. Oh, look at Tyler Harvey. Hello.
Oh, goodness, the athleticism.
And the follow-up from Dent, it doesn't drop either.
A lot happened in those 5 seconds of play. Junior Madut was not having any foolishness, and he comes back in with the triple.
Well, I'm still a little shocked at what we just saw. Firstly, there's the awareness from Tyler Harvey, just to tap it over his head, and then Junior Madut.
Sneaky athlete Madut.
Well, we've already seen the start from Kyle Adam, knocked down that heavily contested 3. I spoke to him in media day. He's got a very close relationship with Joe Ingles in the family, and I spoke to him a little bit about that relationship.
I think just having a resource like Joe is so good, especially for a pick and roll player like me. Like, he's a heavy pick and roll guy. He's a really intelligent, good decision maker. So we talk pretty often after games about whether I was good or poor. He'll let me know for sure. So massive support of me. It means a lot to have, you know, people supporting you. I've managed to hold on here a little longer than him, so I'm pretty happy. That's probably the only one up I've got on him.
He's becoming a player, isn't he? And what a shoulder to be able to lean on for advice.
You saw it right.
What a player.
You saw it right there, that little pocket pass. I mean, that's what Joe's made a career of, obviously shooting the ball, but being unselfish and playing so well in the pick and roll. It's nothing special. It's really just buying into the fundamentals and being unselfish in that pick and roll game, and he's grown into his own. But let's have another look at this. That is as cheeky as I like. And then Junior Madut said absolutely not. You saw him timing his steps. It's a volleyball spike.
Did not give up on the play. Credit to Simon Mitchell for putting Kyle Adnam into positions that he can be good. Any other offense, you know, he might be just a passenger type of a player, but he is an impactful player because of the action that Simon's got him running. Now here's what we need. George King's just checked in. We need George to play like the Night King from Game of... Can we talk Game of Thrones? We need George the Night King to show up without Justin Robinson.
I'm up to date, so we can talk. I'm not sure all the viewers that might be up to date.
Let's hope there are no quiet patches in this match where we need to resort to a bit of Game of Thrones dissection from you, David. Although I think it could be entertaining as Harvey. That might boost his confidence.
It's only a matter of time. Tyler Harvey does not care what the nation of Australia thinks about his shooting percentage because he's going to keep shooting.
Well, the Phoenix have been on a 10-2 run prior to that, so that was a much-needed bucket. Adnam. Williams. Short. Frolling is there for the Illawarra Hawks to release Harvey again. Here's George King. Nice start as he's injected and immediately making an impact.
Tyler's making a lot of things happen in transition. He's just not just a scorer. He can show that he can facilitate as well.
Creek backs into the paint.
Yeah, 23 points last week, Mitch Creek. Super quiet. 8 of 18, 6 rebounds. And when you looked at his box score at the end of the game, you were probably shocked to see how well he dominated with 23 points. A lot of that was because everybody was worried about Kyle Adnam going off for his career high. Just going about his business, still working back from that injury. He was in a moon boot probably 2 weeks ago. I think he kind of fast-tracked that rehab once 4 of their main guys were succumbed to injuries as well.
Creaky the accumulator, I like to call him. No matter what happens, he's going to, at the end of the game, he's going to have 23 points, probably 6 or 7, 8 rebounds, going to have a few assists. That's just who he is.
He could accumulate burgers here for the entire state of New South Wales.
Hello.
Oh, he denies the locals some tasty morsels.
Not many worse places to give away burgers than the Wynn Entertainment Centre. They're
speaking from experience, Pete.
Very much so. We'll get into that because I hate to relive it, but Damon's got some better memories from the free throw line. Mine aren't so good.
Alex Madonia has been injected. Tyler Harvey's finding his range, and that means very promising things for the Hawks.
Owen Foxwell is on Tyler Harvey, and Owen Foxwell, he prides himself on being aggressive, playing good defense, but like, this is a mismatch as far as I'm concerned. So he's gonna have to be locked in or double team this because these are just easy shots for Tyler.
You're right, because it was pretty well guarded off the ball screen. Alan Williams had a little bite at it, but once you let him get back to his right hand, it was just an ISO. You're not going to be able to stay in front of Tyler Harvey once he starts feeling it. He's 2 of 2 from outside now, and there's always going to be the danger. He can get hot really quick, and what a little out-of-bounds play that was. That was too easy.
He was 1 of 7, Tyler Harvey, from range in that opening clash against the Kings. He's responded the way you would hope he would. Conrad also into the game for the Hawks. Harvey getting busy again. There's the floater. It doesn't go again, so 3 attempts.
There's been lots of guys in the league that had signature shots. Tyler Harvey, even though he's 0 for 3 on his floaters, have you ever seen, Pete, anybody shoot more floaters than him?
Oh, no, absolutely not. But just the distance on it as well. Anytime he gets inside the three-point line, he could float that thing up, and strong chance of going down. He's got such a great touch on it.
Frustrations spilling over a fraction. Matiang. Spin, shoot. A little long.
5 rebounds already. Aaron Williams. He's just eating anything that comes his way. He's Kyle Adnam. Oh, dodge that bullet.
Just second look. There's Foxwell. Good D from King.
Alan Williams is calling for a sub. He saw it over there already. Just so you know, calling for a sub is frowned upon in my community. But it's good that he gave Simon 7 rock-solid minutes because they don't have that much depth in the big man department until Big Joe gets here. So if he can stay in out-of-foul trouble and give 6 or 7 minutes a quarter to combat Sam Frawlin and Matiang, it'd be good.
Well, the 5 rebounds he has is a highlight, but no fouls. In the preseason, fouled out 3 times and just looked like he was having a really hard time adjusting to the style of play and the physicality in the NBL. He's clearly put a lot of effort. Would have been a lot of video just watching exactly how it goes about. A lot of practice as well, where the whistle was probably hard for him to try and adjust to. But it's clearly showing early in the season.
Lockie Dent with the D on young Foxwell.
Well, I'm not sure which arm he grabbed it, if not both. It looked like plenty of contact on that one. I was having another look and, oh no, in the end, let's have another look here and, oh no, just a bit of mayo.
Principle of verticality about it.
Just a little mayo.
Just to clear things up for our viewers too, Damon Lowry, you talk about your community not accepting subs.
Yeah.
Your community does happen to be the Navy SEAL community when it comes to fitness, doesn't it?
You better believe it. Yeah, we don't, you have to take us out of the game because who knows when you're going to get back in. I don't like to take a chance on the coach feeling like, oh, I better put him back in. So guess what? I'm not ever calling for us up.
How many kilometres have you run in the month of September?
Cheeky 700.
700.
Just a cheeky 700.
You, Pete?
I ran up here. That's about it.
7. We've got a locked up ball game here. 2.5 to go in the first period.
As Lockie Dent gets his first 2.
Conrad. Transition. Kicked out to Dent. This is where he was dangerous. Not tonight.
Don't worry about it.
Off the hands.
Good ball movement. Kevin White's checked in. What's this, 297, 98 games for young Kev?
98 games for Kevin White. Just a veteran who, tell you what, NBL just can't seem to get rid of him.
Spent the last 2 years at the Wildcats. Former captain of the Illawarra Hawks. And there is Lockie Dent on screen.
Just his professionalism around a team that had so much turnover. They lost 4 of their 5 leading scorers and main guys last season. John tries to put the moves on Andy Savage. Good hustle from Owen Foxwell.
Now Madut.
How that ball didn't go inside the Mathiang just then when he had Owen Foxwell on him. There's little things like that you got to be able to execute when you see a mismatch present itself. Hawks didn't recognize it, and it cost them.
Another 2 from the elbow. Puts Southeast Melbourne in front again. Conrad tried to kick it out to Dent. It did make its way there eventually. He now kicks it out. And Conrad drops a big bucket.
Well, that's Kevin White.
Oh, it's White.
Kevin White. They're both wearing some obscure numbers. I don't know. Maybe they're because of the last signing, they just have to grab whatever they get. But in the 297 games, shoot the 3 at 31%. Assuming we do it. Tries to answer back. He shot 44% from 3 in 2020 as George King. Tries to answer back from transition. So Kevin White has improved his shooting out of sight. He had a down year last year, but just now he's stepping into confidence.
And Kevin's playing with house money as well. He comes on, it's like it's not going to be Kevin's fault if the Hawks lose. So he's got to take his opportunities. With no shooting on the floor, really, not that Tyler's on the bench, somebody's got to be the threat from the perimeter. So good to see Kevin taking those shots. See what Lockie's doing right now? Hands on his knees. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that because the coach is going to think you're tired and want to come out of the game.
7 minutes in this first quarter. Lockie Dent. 2 points, 2 assists.
Two of the youngsters in this competition go at it. Jacob Jackomas wanted the foul. Oh, how about that? Mathiang with the jam.
Well, he is an absolute character. Mathiang, you'll enjoy that. What a great pass.
Excellent pick and roll play from Dent.
Getting a lot of that. They've been working out together in the practice squad. So that's where that connection's already started to grow.
To get us almost to quarter time.
Well, that's going to be travel before the song goes. You have another look at this. Lockie Dent just times it perfectly. Mathiang jumps all over Dane Pinot's shoulders to finish that one and lets him know about it with a bit of carry on.
I'll get it reviewed for night. See you later.
So we saw the Kings manufacture something in this scenario in the opening game. What can Simon Mitchell and the Phoenix orchestrate?
We're still resetting the clock here. We're still resetting the clock.
Just getting the clock sorted here. What's your play here, Damon Lowry?
1.8, you got time for 1.5 dribbles. I'm tipping that Kyle's going to somehow end up with this ball and let one fly from deep. Not a whole lot in the playbook.
There goes Junior Madut. Deep three attempt doesn't go, and that is quarter time. The Illawarra Hawks leading Southeast Melbourne Phoenix 22-19. Thursday night hoops. Hungry Jacks, NBL. Stick around. What a start to this match in Wollongong. The Phoenix went on a 10-2 run before the home side turned things around and took the lead approaching quarter time. And Tyler Harvey, he's finding his range. 1 of 7 from three-point land in the opening game of the season. 2 from 2 tonight. Alistair Nicholson alongside a couple of championship winners in the NBL, Pete Hooley and also Damon Lowry, who knows this floor, this city, this region very well.
Oh, what a pass.
Adnam goes to the rim.
That's not how you want to start the quarter. Jacob would have been very happy with the first quarter, only giving up 19. You want to try to keep a team under 20 each quarter. That's everybody's goal. But to give up a layup on the first possession of the second quarter is not good.
Harvey a little long on the shot that time. Adnam took contact from Frolling.
Bernard checks into the game. Injury replacement. And that's Tyler Harvey. He's got a lethal jab step. It's tricky once he starts to find his groove, Tyler Harvey, because you want to keep him off the three-point line, so you try and crawl in and close the space, but we've seen it a couple of times. When he gets you on his hip, kind of at his mercy. When you go into that floater, you can either draw a foul or you can get deep and pull the floater at any point. So either send him to the free throw line or you have to give up a bit more space, which he likes the three.
Malcolm Bernard played the 9 minutes against the Jack Jumpers. He's out of his breather. Back on the floor, Adman fires it out. Junior Madut goes again. In fact, that might be Bernard out there who nails that three.
They average 18 points a game for Bendigo in the NBL 1, so it's a nice injury replacement. You get someone who's just been playing, hasn't been just working out for a few months. Comes off an NBL 1 season, so he's feeling good about himself. And speaking of feeling good about himself, well, Lucky Dan puts that into the side of the backboard, but I like the confidence that he's playing with.
Scoring is no issue for Malcolm Bernard. He knows how to score, especially in his offense like this, when all they got to do is kind of spot up in the corner, get nice little kickouts to help his confidence. This is what he does.
Second chance here. Creek with the offensive rebound, the spin. And Williams has another go. Then comes up with the defensive rebound.
We've got to close out. Wasn't going to give up two. He was going to turn down two.
Timmy.
I don't think I've ever seen him turn down that wide open shot. What he does like to do is shoot contested shots. Gives up a wide open one to shoot a contested one. End result, exactly the same.
Over 350 games of experience, Tim Conrad. Adnam gets a look out wide.
A couple of good looks now. Kyle Adnam, 1 of 4. Oh, he's hot last week. 6 of 9 from 3. That was a good one.
Falling at 213 centimetres. Harvey, ding, ding, wide open.
I'm not sure if Bernard meant to do it, but that's what you want to do. You have the choice of either over-rotating, which he would have left Tim Conrad to try and close out to Deng Deng. Which would have ended up with another 3 from Tim Conrad.
We're watching both teams settle for a lot of threes. Nobody's really having established an inside presence. A couple of times Creaky went to post up, but for the most part, everybody's spread out. So it's a make or miss thing now. Who can hit threes? I like to see Sam go on the block, or even isolate Williams at the top of the key. Use his athleticism, use his ball handling to try to get to the rim.
That's what we saw a bit last year with Sam Froling. You don't put it necessarily one-on-one back to basket, but at the high post, let him rip to his left. We see him get a lot of dunks that way. We haven't seen him do that much at all so far.
Peter Hooley alongside Damon Lowry, taking it in, offering their insights. A couple of championship winners from the 2018 season, and Damon 2001. We've got a special guest for you. Matt Russell's been joined by Alex Volkanovski. Matt, to you.
Absolutely, he's a UFC world champion, but he is also a big fan of the NBL and his Illawarra Hawks. What do you make of this start, Alex?
Oh, mate, it's good. Good game, mate. I've been enjoying all the games. Always here to support the boys, obviously the locals, so let's go Hawks.
You've trained with the Hawks and you've brought an interesting customer to Hawks training. Jamal Murray, the famous Denver Nugget. What did he make of the Hawks, and any chance you can bring him out to play?
Oh, mate, we'll see what we can do. But it was good. I got to shoot some hoops with the boys and Jamal, and yeah, man, I'm absolutely loving the basketball, and that's why you're going to see me almost here every week.
Well, the Hawks were beaten game 1. You haven't been beaten for nearly a decade. 22 consecutive wins, as I mentioned, UFC featherweight world champion. Has Conor McGregor been on the phone this week?
But he's always chirping somewhere, isn't he? But he went silent last time I spoke to him. I didn't get a reply. Usually he's chirping. He didn't last time, so we'll see what happens. But when I take that lightweight belt, I'm sure he's going to want a piece of me, so we'll see what happens then.
When do you want to fight again next?
Well, I'm actually going to Abu Dhabi to be the backup fighter for the lightweight title. That's in a couple of weeks, so if someone gets injured or misses weight, I'll be there to, save the night.
And you've already had a big year with your Warilla Gorillas Rugby League team winning their premiership, the first since you were playing prop for them.
Yeah, it was, yes. The last time they won the comp was when I was there, but it's unreal. I was actually there for the game as well, so it was very good to see the boys get up, and yeah, man, very happy for them.
Good luck in your next fight. We'll let you get back to your chair, and hopefully, for your sake, cheer on a Hawks victory.
Let's go Hawks.
Good stuff, Matt. Not sure about Alex Volkanovski's shooting percentage based on the footage we've just seen, but I don't think anyone's brave enough to query him about it, as Froling was brilliant there.
Never seen him miss a shot. As far as I know, he's the best basketball I've ever seen. I'm happy to say that.
He just needs to work on his ladder climbing skills. We just spoke about that, Pete. Sam Tech being aggressive off the dribble. Allen got him a nice little M1 just then. Allen tries to come back and answer, no good.
That's better defense too from Sam Froling. Just does that so well. Meets the physicality with any back down attempt.
He lost the handle, but Conrad was there to clean it up. And here is Froling working into the paint, the left hand.
Great recovery from Alan Williams. Again, that little fake handoff.
Creek to Madutz. And one.
Too easy.
That is guaranteed to upset Jacob, the coach, because you can't miss a layup on one end and then give up a layup on the other end. Defensive transition is vital. Can't hang around and see if the referee's going to call a foul. You got to get back on D. That was just way too easy.
The replay shows. You see how deep Mitch Creek got before somebody, with Tyler Harvey, pulled him up. When that ball's in the backcourt, somebody's got to declare ball. Slow it down, make him get it out of his hands. If you do that, then maybe he passes to Junior Madut outside the 3, and it gives you time for somebody else to recover. That was just a bit of lack of trust of somebody else is going to have his back, because he did the right thing to get back initially. He's got to trust that his teammates are there to help him out.
Took the offensive rebound, and Southeast Melbourne another chance. Adnan Madut drives baseline, kicks it out. Tarangi's shot off the rim.
Dodged the bullet there. The Hawks giving up an offensive rebound off a free throw.
Smarka LeBullock draws the foul.
Might have a little look at this. Potentially the way Kyle Adnan... Oh, just called hold singlet. Normally look at that as potentially... Just saying that was maybe his hand got caught up in the singlet rather than an intentional pull. Normally that is unsportsmanlike foul. We've seen that happen a lot. They go and look at it, giving him the benefit of the doubt that maybe his hand has got caught up in there.
Second foul for Kyle Adnan. Foxwell in transition for the Phoenix to Creek. Doesn't go. Falling there for yet another rebound.
5% falling.
Spin move from King. That was quite brilliant. Look at him. He's pumped.
George knows he's got to get himself involved. He's got to help out the scoreboard. He's got to help Tyler out, getting the scoreboard ticking over. So when he gets a chance to go to work in transition, he has to take that.
14 points last week. We didn't see a whole lot of him. He was injured in the preseason. So him to be able to come in, and when you're an import coming off the bench, your role is a lot more different than you'd expect for a lot of other guys like Tyler Harvey, Justin Robinson. So we're looking forward to seeing how he continues to grow with more conditioning. He's a plus 10 right now in his 6 minutes on the floor. He's at a plus 11 and into the game. Dave O'Hickey. Now, last signing announced today. He's the last roster spot. He's been around a little bit with the development player. Done enough to earn that last contracted spot in the league.
Danger time here for the Phoenix. Kyle Adams picked up his second foul. Owen Foxwell is out there playing the point. Mitch Creek's gonna have to help out, initiate the offense. If they can keep it close, because Kyle being in foul trouble is clearly a factor.
That one right there from Owen Foxwell. You could have your feet set, ready to let it fly. Junior Madut had one earlier in the quarter. If you get a good pass, if someone's already driven, you're gonna kick that thing out.
Creek. Junior Madut trying to work his way through them, but Illawarra's defence was strong.
There you go.
Deep three, Foxwell. Bodies flying everywhere. Creek keeps it in.
Great job by Dane. This is what he does, give you extra possessions, throwing himself at the rim.
Tarangi. Rebound with Deng. Good ball, Froling. Quick transition from the Hawks. Defense into offense and a 6-point lead.
Starting to put their foot down a little bit now, the Hawks. This transition defense, the Phoenix half-court defense looked pretty solid. Anytime they get a long rebound, that's a good no-look from Deng Deng. We call that an unnecessary no-look.
Yeah, when you take a peek at him first and then throw it, you've already looked. We saw you. I'm thinking right now, Pete, who is going to score for the Phoenix? Well, Creaky's getting off to a quiet start. I know he's going to accumulate some points as the game goes on, but where are the points coming from?
Well, we're seeing Junior Madut be a little bit more aggressive so far, which I like to see. And then it's a good little pocket pass. That's what's going to happen. Basically, Mitch Creek doesn't have to shoot every single time, but he has to be involved every single offensive possession, whether it's a screen and roll or the ball is in his hands to make plays. Right now, when you're down key guys, he has to be involved in the set.
That's Young. Leave it off. Right shot doesn't go. Donya. Tarangi. fouled on the way to the basket. That's an offensive foul. Or has it gone out of play?
That's looked like there was plenty of contact on there. It's good defence judged by the referees. We're having a look at it here. And yep.
That's off his head. That's black ball.
It's a great job from Hickey getting his hands in there. But again, it's good verticality from Matthew. He's the one who made Tarangi have to fade a little bit.
Alex Madonia playing the game of patience. Bounce past to Matiang. Draws the foul.
Pick and roll play has never been more prevalent in the NBL than out of all the years I've been watching. This is the most pick and rolls I've ever seen. Bigs are getting the ball sometimes, Pete, I think a little too high. You run the pick and roll, I'm kicking it to you, now you're at the foul line. I'm a little bit worried about guys traveling or maybe guys getting charges. I still would like to see him mixed up just a little bit, maybe just a couple of dump-ins in the block, just to see how Matthew will go in the block against Pinot.
This season, with thanks to Latrobe Financial, we're giving away a guaranteed $50,000. Enter now at nbl.com.au/legends for your chance to win. Alongside a couple of legends tonight.
Oh, I wouldn't put me in the category of Damon Lowry.
I'm happy to give you legend status, maybe elevate Damon to icon status.
I may very well be, like as I said before, the free throws. It was a four overtime game we played there, and got subbed in 30 seconds to go in the fourth overtime and gave away burgers to the faithful, and they seemed very, very happy. So much so that I got a few thank yous on the way back to the hotel. A few extracurriculars thrown in because we came away with the win, but
you've always been a man of the people, Pete.
I try to.
If you feed us, we will appreciate you.
There's a chance here.
I remember when young guys used to be scared to play against old guys. On Foxwell, these young dudes now, they're just out there playing free as if they're veterans. Good take by him. He's a scorer. As a junior, he's almost playing NBL like he played his junior basketball, a scorer. He has not changed who he is, and I like seeing that.
Well, he had a fantastic NBL 1 season for the Eltham Wildcats, and he's just brought that confidence in. For those who remember last season, as I mentioned, Burgers, I hope I haven't done it to him, but came on, started in the throwdown, or came on and hit a three ball right in front of the Melbourne United bench, so he is not shy on confidence whatsoever. But this will test him.
Foxwell will know that Burgers are on the line and he is not in a generous mood, and they don't like it. Their tummies were rumbling. William Hickey into the game. George King from range. Junior Madut with the rebound. Foxwell again. Kicked out to Foxwell. Runs at them, uses that left hand of his. Can't get it to go, but underneath, Pinot.
That's what he does.
You need one guy, at least one guy, when everybody else is playing 5-on-5 on the perimeter or 4-on-4, and somebody got to crash the boards and pick up all these misses. And Dane, that's one thing. You don't have to run any plays for him. Just get the ball up on the rim and Dane will go chase it.
George King lets fly again.
He's got a nice stroke. I'm surprised he hasn't been a little bit more aggressive. He's still plus 11 in his 10 minutes play. He's got 8 points, but shoots really well from outside. 4 of 6 in the first game. I think he's got to get some more looks up.
Foxwell gave it to Junior Madut. He shot a fraction long. King comes up with the rebound, but stolen away. And the one-hand jam from Junior Madut.
I like Junior Madut's energy.
Momentum killer. George comes down one end, makes a tough one-on-one move, hits a bucket, then he gets a little excited in the backcourt, turns the ball over, results in a Madut dunk.
This is what I'm talking about. George King's a little bit of a dance. Hand down, man down. Really nice stroke. What are you talking about? George King just trying to be a little lazy with it.
As a coach, you got to know, Pete, 2 games in, we're still going to be sloppy. There's just going to be sloppy elements. We're not going to be that good until halfway, maybe 3/4 of the season. But yeah, I still hate to see the controllable stuff. Mistakes like that.
Well, Phoenix have only had 2 turnovers for the half so far, so Simon Mitchell will be stoked how they've looked after the ball. 8 turnovers for the Hawks.
Just the 2 turnovers for the Phoenix.
George King, you think that conversation with Jacobus about, look, I need you to be a little bit more assertive on the offensive end, because a lot of it, their season was going to be around Justin Robertson either shooting the ball or making plays. I mean, he had 8 assists, but he can get it up himself, because Sam Frolling's not a massive offensive numbers guy. He'll put him up when he has to. Career high at 27, but Sam Froling only had double-figure field goal attempts 4 times last season. So he's not going to be one that does it. Who else can be those guys?
There's another guy right there, Swaka. Wani's going to have to step up as well. Wani came to Illawarra for more of an offensive role. And right now he's been kind of quiet. And last year, Sam obviously had the benefit of the weapons they had all over the place, so he can kind of just pick his spots. Whereas now, Sam, you got to be more of a go-to guy. It's a lot of responsibility when you call yourself one of the big 3.
Well, it changes the way he has to play this season, because you're right. Last season, you look at their overall point scorers. I mean, Tyler Harvey was there in the top 5. Rattan Mays, who's now at Melbourne United. Duop Reith, who's departed. Justinian Jessup, who has departed. They need a lot more emphasis on him. Antonius Cleveland, another one. So Sam Froling, whether he likes it or not, is going to have to make himself more assertive on the offensive end, but it's also down to the team and Jacob Jacobus as well. Put him in the positions to be successful. Left-hand rips where he just has to go straight up and dunk it. That's where he can have a really good impact on the offensive end.
The Alan Williams tried to feed Foxwell, but taken away here by Matiang. Williams there to guard him, but Matiang with the spin, and the left-hand finish was superb.
Not the dance moves you'd like to see most of the time from Matiang, but he made it work.
Well, let's be honest, I don't think he even knew what he was doing there. Big fella out on the break and gets a little bit lucky, but it's going to count.
Now, Pete, here's my point. Alan Williams just did. He gets the turnover. Like, do I need you at the foul line trying to thread needles?
Well, he's shown the ability to pass a couple of times. I think they were from set plays. So the idea is there, you want a big guy who's be able to pass the way he can. There's Lockie Dent.
Oh, is it evident? It is evident this is not an accident. This is a major player. All the little dudes in Illawarra, the whole region, everybody under 5'11", stand up.
5'11" is probably generous.
Biggest lead of the game now with the Hawks. Under 30 to go in the half.
Well, there's another one. Wow. Mango Mathiang doesn't have to do that. There is no point in cheating on that possession, because you put your team at a disadvantage.
You might as well just flatten out. This is going up.
Tyler Harvey. Here we go. He's in form tonight.
Float on. Classic song, Illawarra Hawks fans. I asked the social media team, I want a mixtape on all of Tyler Harvey's floaters, put to the music, Float On by the Floaters.
Oh, I love it. If Damon Lowry wants it, he gets it. So that has to be delivered. Half-time, Illawarra Hawks leading Southeast Melbourne Phoenix 42-35 in the Hungry Jacks NBL. And this season, with thanks to Latrobe Financial, we're giving away a guaranteed $50,000. Let's find out how.
Hey fans, this season with thanks to Latrobe Financial, we are giving away a guaranteed $50,000. And like these NBL legends, Wortho and Gibbo, you can be a Latrobe Financial legend. All you need to do is send in a clip of you making a half-court shot for your chance to win a semifinals opportunity to shoot from half court for $50,000. All thanks to Latrobe Financial. Head to the NBL website now to enter.
Game 1, round 2 of Hungry Jack's NBL comes to you from the Sandpit in Wollongong. We are at the Wynn Entertainment Centre for the Hawks against the Phoenix as we look at the halftime match stats, and the Hawks are shooting the ball much better than they did against the Sydney Kings. 50% for the game, 46% from three-point land, although the turnovers are one area not listed there they will look to improve in the second half. One man who has owned this house in the past is a man who played more than 500 games for the Hawks. He's a championship-winning captain here all the way back in 2001. Now their general manager of basketball, Matt Campbell. We're about to have a look at the Hungry Jacks halftime highlights. What are the highlights from the Hawks' point of view at halftime?
Yeah, look, I thought we were pretty solid there. So it was about making sure we look after the ball, I think, for the rest of the half. But all in all, getting it through hands, not rushing it like we did last week, I think it was pretty good.
And for the Phoenix, we know that they started really well last game against the Jack Jumpers. Then they went a little cold, but if you could put your neutral hat on, what do you make of the visitors tonight?
Yeah, look, I think they've done a good job of getting Kyle open early, so obviously he's got the hot hand. So looking through that, they're getting the ball through hands as well. Some of our turnovers are leading to offensive opportunities for them in the fast break. So some of the things we need to clean up from the Hawks' point of view would be rebounding and just looking after the ball. Yeah, the Hawks gave up 106 points against Sydney, so defence was always going to be a focus this week. You've kept the opposition to shooting at 37.5%, so that must be a highlight. Yeah, look, and something that we focused on after the Kings last week put a lot of points on the team. So that's great to see they came out, put a bit of pressure, made them shoot some tough shots, and that's creating opportunities offensively for us. A big game for the Hawks, given they lost their home opener on a back here tonight without Justin Robinson. So he hyperextended his knee against the Kings. Scans tomorrow. What are your early thoughts about Justin Robinson? Yeah, it didn't look great when we reviewed it on the video. So we're hopeful, but unfortunately he's not going to play in a game against Perth either. So fingers crossed, but it doesn't look great at the moment. So due diligence-wise, given that the scans tomorrow might reveal something a little nasty, you have to reach out to agents around the world. You have to have some contenders on standby, and I believe that the reaction has been quite favourable, thanks partly to the Adelaide 36ers who went to the States, took down the Phoenix Suns, and all of a sudden the NBL takes another step in the right direction. Yeah, exactly right. So realistically, you know, Adelaide going over there and beating the Suns has really helped our league. It's been, with the exposure we've got from the NBA has been great for some time now, but from a recruitment point of view, the interest is unbelievable out of the US. So, you know, if it does end up that we have to replace, then it is a great time at the moment for the NBL. If only we were on the same time zone as those international agents, you wouldn't need to be making phone calls at 3 a.m. in the morning, Matty Kemp. Yeah, look, that is the hard part about it. But like I said, the interest has been great. The Australian content in the NBA has been outstanding, and you can see the level of Australian basketball really getting up, and that's really helping for our league. You know, we're one of the best leagues in the world now, and it's helping for recruitment for sure. Let's take the best case scenario. If Justin is A-OK, is the roster locked in? Are you happy with the men you've got here and the future of the Illawarra Hawks? Yeah, we are. Like, it was a hard off season for us. We had a few changes from last year's roster. And it's pretty difficult. Like the league itself is getting better and better, and you can't just grab guys off the street. They've got to be at a certain level. And what we're finding now is that the international level that we have to get up to is making it hard for the kids coming straight out of college to be able to play. So I'm really happy with the way we recruited. We've got a good young team and something we can build on in the future. Good luck as this game and the season continues to unfold. Matt Campbell, Hawks Dreamer Basketball, thanks for joining us. It's the Hawks by 7 at the break. Can they hold on up 42-35 against the Phoenix? Hell-bent on a comeback. We're back after this.
The Sandpit and the locals are on top at halftime by 7 points. It's the biggest lead of the game. Can the Phoenix find a way back in? Alistair Nicholson alongside Hawks Championship winner Damon Lowry. But Damon, let's go to the analyser because Professor Pete has been keeping a very close eye on this game. Pete, what have you got?
Well, let's have a look at how Tyler Harvey got going a little bit. He struggled in game one. He struggled a bit last season. This is what happens when you don't stay attached and communicate on defence. So the ball gets thrown down. We're going to freeze it right here. So Junior Madut is the one guarding Tyler Harvey. George King manages to clip him. The defence is all on this side of the floor, which means this whole area is wide open. Miscommunication, good little hit from George King. Tyler Harvey's wide open. You can't let him feel good about himself because that got him going. He railed off a couple of points after that. On the flip side, this is how beneficial it is to have a big man who's a great passer like Alan Williams to go with Kyle Ladnam, who makes good reads. So this is their kind of little X-cut offense. It's all about bringing the high post up and having two guards make some choices. Passing big man here and Alan Williams. Now, you keep an eye on whatever Junior Madut and Kyle Ladnam want to do. They do X-cuts off here, which means the defense of Tyler Harvey, Lockie Dent, has to be exceptional. They've got to communicate well, talk about it. They have a bit of a breakdown because they're locked into Kyle Ladnam. He gets a backdoor, easy layup. So that's how the two shooters got off a little bit in the first half.
Beautifully done, Pete. There is Tyler Harvey. You can see his confidence growing. He's not going to lose too much confidence based on one performance, I wouldn't imagine. Damon, a player of his quality?
Absolutely not. That's why I call him, with all the respect in the world, a pathological scorer. He knows exactly who he is. As long as he's on the floor, he's a threat. He does not lose any sleep over anybody's opinions. Highly confident in himself, so it's only a matter of time.
So 7 points, the biggest lead of the game with the Hawks at the moment. So valuable experiences for Lockie Dent. He's looking the part.
Is that a couple of easy ones? Is that a couple of easy ones now, Lockie Dent?
He'll be spewing. He missed that one. Interesting that Adnam didn't go to Lockie and Madut go to Tyler. Interesting how the matchups work.
One black, push. He threw him into the screen.
Foul here on Tyler Harvey, they're saying. Well, having a look at it here. Saying that Tyler Harvey threw Kyle Ladnam into Lockie Dent. I'm not sure that was the case. Tyler Harvey was pleading, and in the end, it went hip on hip for the two smallest guys on the floor.
What we are certain about is Lockie Dent didn't appreciate it.
Kyle's dented him.
Sorry. You're in on it. Yeah.
I will take myself home.
I've got to get something cooking on this front. To have been in very good form on the Dent front tonight. He's a bit banged up there. Tarangi. Adnam's been well contained so far. Can he get off the chain? Nice movement inside the paint. He finds the finish.
One thing about Kyle, he's not going to die wondering. And coming out of that halftime timeout, they just spoke about that. How can we get Kyle more involved? He's going to be more aggressive in these pick-and-roll situations. He's just got to be careful he doesn't pick up his third foul.
He makes such good decisions the whole time. Good effort there from Alan Williams.
Dent onto it, off to Deng. Deng can't get it to go. Great block, but Frolling is underneath for the putback.
Well, it wasn't prettiest, but 2 points all the same. But this is what Kyle Ladnam does. You put him in on-ball screens after there's been a bit of player movement side to side. He's super patient. He's always looking for who's got that best look. As Ruben Tarangi tees one up. That's no good.
Great. So he needs to get another opportunity here. Junior Madut. And that's short from Williams.
I don't know if Mitch is, some don't look right to me. I mean, he's in supreme shape as far as I'm concerned. But he's just been very passive, unlike Mitch.
I think he's
time's running out.
Well, I think he's still slowly getting back into that, obviously, game shape, but just contesting shape, getting back into what he does so well. Good pass there, good finish from Alan Williams. He was out for a long time, and again, when you're in a moon boot where you can't actually get on the floor, you can't do little things and then have to be thrown straight back into basically games, still slowly trying to get back to it, and they're going to need him.
Absolutely.
To be that franchise player, no doubt, once everybody comes back. It doesn't matter who's on the floor for the Phoenix, he's always going to be the #1 threat.
Swakala-Bullock. His best effort.
That's just a... Do we have a stat man?
Of course.
I would like to know how many air balls have been shot this season. I want to know a stat at the end of the year, who shot the most air balls. especially off of bad offense. Like right there, the Hawks are coming down very stagnant. And that's the best they can kind of trot out there. That's low percentage.
Clever from Williams. Adnam able to finish it off. Ding, ding.
Oh, my.
That's an air ball, too. Didn't hit the rim as far as I'm concerned.
Add that one to the list, Mark Slocum. He's tallying them up as we speak.
Well, I'll tell you what, but it's just a poor shot. You've just had an air ball. You've had a bad shot. That's a good pass. You've got to get a better look.
Through bodies. Well done, Junior Madut.
Yeah,
that's a timeout.
He's up to 13 points, Junior Madut. Playing inspired basketball, but again, that's just poor from the Illawarra Hawks. You had a good look. There was an air ball, and Deng Deng comes down and tries to let it fly. There's no need to do that.
Bad shots are just like turnovers. Coaches say it all the time, and we always talk about how important the first 5 minutes are of the third quarter. You kind of set the tone.
Setting
and the Hawks will come out in a bad way.
Alan Williams has made quite the impression through the early stages of his NBL career.
He's got 8 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists, so that'd be thrilled. But this is what he can do. That pass first big man who draws a lot of attention but sees the floor really well. He's a high character. All reports that he's great to have around the club, which is what they want. And it's going to be a nice little combo they throw around with Joe Chi. Once Joe Chi gets his feet under him and conditioning in, nice little big man department.
Alan Williams played the 67 NBA games predominantly with the Phoenix Suns. His mother is actually the chief of police in Phoenix. Quite a position. Let's go to Matt Russell with news from the floor. Matt, to you.
Yeah, out of half-time, firstly, Jacob Jackomas, the Hawks coach, he won't like the start of that third quarter, but at half-time he said, offensively, we've been really disciplined. Good shot selection, I like it. We just need to defend better on the pick and roll. Simon Mitchell said our defensive trans, no good, we need to improve in that area. And we've executed our scouts poorly. We've done our homework, but Damon Lowry, as you know, no use doing your homework if you can't remember it when you sit over the exam paper.
How did you go in your exams, Damon?
I'll try to sit next to somebody smart.
That's why you're next to Pete tonight. Junior Madut, 4 points on debut last week. He's our leading scorer tonight with 13. So
I love his energy, the way he goes about it. But again, this is the silver lining to having 4 guys injured is everyone else gets an opportunity that maybe Junior Madut didn't have the extended opportunity if everybody was healthy, as in he gets minutes, but if there's a turnover or perhaps you're not contributing, then you get taken off. He has to play through mistakes. Simon Mitchell needs him to learn and grow on the fly.
Calls for travel there, but Frolling, he's going to go to the line.
55 in the arm.
Frolling just padding his stats ever so quietly, up to 9 rebounds now.
This is where we need offensive recognition, Pete. Where is the mismatch? Where is the strength? We need an easy shot. We need a bucket, something high percentage. It's one thing to run all of our stuff that we've always, get it from one side to the other side. But at some point, I'm thinking, who's going to shoot? And is the right guy going to take the shot?
Well, look, this is a lot of adjusting on the fly now for the Hawks, because talking to Jacob Jackomas at the Blitz in Darwin, he was saying that a lot of this adjustment now for Tyler Harvey and a bit last year is learning to play without the ball. We know how well he plays with the ball. He's got a step back, he's got a floater. Justin Robinson was going to be the primary ball handler. He was going to try and get wide open shots for Tyler Harvey. He's gone, and listening to Matt Campbell, potentially gone for some time, which means Tyler Harvey now has got to try and snap back out of whatever he's been trying to adjust to in preseason and get back to what he does best.
Williams thought about it. Adnam won't need a second thought. Tarani
dodged.
That's going to be Hawks ball. Good hands.
Fired forward. Here's King. Underneath he goes, and Madronya.
Well, it's a good pass, but it's a good cut from Madronya, because if he just goes to the 3, George King probably travels or turns it over. It's careless foul and Deng Deng. So that's really good awareness to realise that George King was in trouble. Had to bail him out. You cut, and then you end up getting an easy 2.
Even going back before that, that's bad. That's bad transition defense by the Phoenix.
Here's that Amy replay, because everything was all taken up. Kyle Adnam just caught sleeping a little bit on the weak side. Great pass, and it's a good cut.
Mitch Creek has done something I think is very dangerous. He's played himself into a funk through lack of aggression for whatever reason. Good pass for whatever reason, he's not as aggressive as he can be, as he's been in the past. Now things are extra hard for him, and he's officially in a funk.
You got a funk after 2 games.
This game.
One and a half.
Just this game. Just this game.
Williams has had the 10 rebounds now. Deng. Harvey now frolling. Cut to the basket was ignored. He fires it out instead, and Madronya drops the 3.
That's better patient offense in the half court from Illawarra. Not trying to force anything. Making some things happen, making the easy play.
In a massive defensive breakdown. Pete, me and you can still play if we got wide open shots like that. Well, maybe you could. But
well, let's be honest, you are in a lot better shape than I am, Nicole.
The Phoenix got totally discombobulated just then. Let Madronya get an easy 3-pointer.
So first time we've seen the margin in double figures. The Hawks are starting to take hold of this a little bit. Time for some sort of Phoenix response. What do you think most needs to change for Southeast Melbourne at the moment, Pete Hawley?
Oh, their half-court sets, again, I think they just need a couple more aggressors, not necessarily to shoot the ball, but just to make plays. Whether it's a lot of east to west, so around the 3-point line, get someone to attack downhill, try and make plays for somebody else. Normally that is Mitch Creek, but again, it's going to be those other guys. Maybe it's Owen Fox or Antasevich coming in to try and make something happen. Let's not forget they're missing Ryan Brockhoff, Gary Brown, Trey Kell. So 3 of their main guys.
King clever to frolling. The Hawks are growing in confidence, it seems.
If I'm the Phoenix, I need to establish a low post. I got Alan Williams out here. If I can get him the ball right there, they missed him. He can draw fouls, he can get himself going.
Oh. Adnam trying to get something going. Deng. Have to be careful. Stolen away. Foxwell. Williams. Physical.
Oh, Kevin White was standing there for about 3.5 weeks. Big Saucers just cleaned him up. Have another look at this. Kevin White not moving, and forced to move.
Yeah. Owen Foxwell would love to have that one back. But
he had Kyle Adams wide open on the wing.
And this is what I mean. Like, obviously, like you said, Pete, they are missing 80% of their
production.
Five. Absolutely.
No doubt.
So these guys, it's almost like a training run in the fact that they get a lot of reps up. So yes, there's going to be some growing pains, a lot of mistakes made. The only problem is it's going to cost you a game. So if they can just somehow hold the fort by going 50-50 before the big guns get back, but little plays like that can be contagious. They can become a habit, and you don't want that.
Well, what an advertisement for this competition we saw on Monday when our very own Adelaide 36ers knocked off the NBA's Phoenix Suns. Extraordinary performance. They'll be out there on the floor again tomorrow from 11 a.m. Eastern Time. The Adelaide 36ers taking on Oklahoma City. Go to nbl.com.au if you want to find out how you can watch that match. I think everyone should be watching that match based on what we saw on Monday, Pete. Amazing.
Look, I love a big call as much as the next bloke, and they'll win that game. They don't have to shoot as well. I think they will go in there with a lot of confidence, and they will win that game as well and come home 2-0. And hopefully with their entire roster. We've heard a little bit of buzz. There's a little talk about it. I think that buzz, unless something crazy happens tomorrow, I think that buzz will just be buzz. And we'll see that entire Adelaide roster ready for the next round.
It's interesting hearing from Matt Campbell at halftime, speaking to Matt Russell, talking about what it meant, how the conversations are now so much easier to have with NBA eyes firmly on our competition when it comes to trying to recruit imports.
It wasn't just, I mean, that game obviously helped, but it's been happening for the last couple of years. We've just seen Delhi, Jack White, Kevin White throws it to Mathiang and he mistimed that jump. It's just, the NBL is a legitimate pathway to the NBA, whether you're an up-and-coming youngster or a next star or somebody who wants that second chance.
Moving forward from behind.
Absolutely. What Adelaide did is just... That's the most exciting thing I think has happened in the NBL in forever. Maybe we should get another NBL team and put them in Phoenix.
So, all right, well, no Darwin, sorry Darwin, sorry Gold Coast, sorry Canberra. Welcome Phoenix. I'm on board.
Maybe Darwin can just play out of Phoenix. Base themselves there.
Well, I mean, look, if we're trying to
just as hot.
Yeah, exactly.
So Adnam to the line. Interesting that Hawks have been able to build this 12-point lead with Tyler Harvey, so dominant early, he's only contributed 2 points since quarter time, so it's more of an even spread. The Hawks, we saw Justin Robinson and Tyler Harvey take the bulk of their field goal attempts last week, almost too many in a way.
Well, that's the way Tyler Harvey is. He's very streaky, but when he gets hot, he often stays hot. Now, remember back in the play I highlighted, start of the third, that's what got him going. He hit 2 shots after that, and then they went away from him. You basically got to milk that for as long as you can when you've got a guy who can get as hot as Tyler Harvey. I like the way he's got downhill, he's got into the lane, but only 1 assist to 2 turnovers as well. 3 of 9 from the field. They've done well to be up 10, so I don't think it's too worrying. Other guys are definitely filling the void for the time being.
Have a look at the team that Phoenix got there on the court right now. No Mitch Creek, no Allen Williams. This team, I mean, who's going to score? Kyle has to score every time down the court. It's almost like Simon is in a minor way waved the white flag. It's just like, you know, some days it's just not your day. It doesn't seem like it's the Phoenix day to day. And with the guy sitting on the bench and who's out there on the floor, I don't know where these points are coming from, Pete.
No, Foxwell from deep.
Well, they got a good look in the end, and here comes George King.
You know what that means. George is an entertainer.
You asked the question of where the point's going to come. Inter-Savage had a wide-open 3 ball. That is your shot. You've got to step into that with confidence. I know he's coming in and trying to do the unselfish team thing, but right now, Kyle Adams the only one who's going to take some shots. If you get a semi-decent look as a shooter, you got to let that thing fly.
Adnam gets a look here. He lets it fly. Foxwell, the offensive rebound, kicks it out. Adnam, another look. This time, no.
He's having a tough night of it tonight, Kyle Adnam. 1 of 7.
George King, on the other hand, that rattles out. Every time he shoots from 3-point territory, you think it's going to go, when George King lets fly. Foxwell.
That's better.
Good hustle, Bernard underneath.
That's better from the north to south attacking. You see, somebody put their head down, kicked it to Owen Foxwell. Didn't settle, put his head down and got to the rim. Would like that shot back, no doubt about it.
Both teams cannot get out of this quarter quick enough. For the Hawks, this is where it's dangerous. You right now think this game is over. If I'm on the Hawks, I'm thinking, oh yeah, look who Phoenix got on the floor. But what's going to happen is you're going to play sloppy basketball. And now you're going to start taking ill-advised, crazy shots and play yourself kind of into a rut. The game gets a little bit sloppy, and these are the habits you don't want to have if you're trying to get better week in and week out.
Well, I'll speak for you two, but I'm happy to take that 30 seconds back. You know, that was a little bit scrappy, but I like the hustle. Everybody on the floor, making some things happen.
Simon!
Is there such thing, Pete, as an ugly win?
Oh, no doubt.
And would you take it, though?
Oh, absolutely.
You absolutely would take it.
But look, this might be the way that, if you're talking about the Hawks, they have to play for a little bit without one of their key men. And again, Justin Robinson, we know Tyler Harvey's there, but he was probably brought in to be their key guy. So if you have to win ugly while you figure some things out, and if that scan tomorrow is going to tell a lot, then so be it. I mean, we saw at times last year the Jack Jumpers won ugly a lot, and in the end, they're kind of bought into that culture of slowing things down, making it scrappy, and just out-executing the opposition.
Lockie Dent. Well, he's going to become a bit of a fan favourite the way he's going.
I hope you got an agent, Locke. I hope your agent is on the phone right now leaving Matt Campbell voicemail messages.
You can provide a phone number, I'm sure. Adnam. He's got a flop warning a little earlier. He's on the floor here. It's interesting that you talk about those players who are missing at the moment. So no Trey Kell, no Gary Brown. Joe Chi is reportedly arriving on Monday. Here's Lockie Dent getting it done. Ryan Brockhoff not there as well, but Gary Brown was recruited by Simon Mitchell specifically for his leadership. He feels like he's someone who can get on the floor and run the team, and that he feels has been missing, particularly towards the back end of last season when they didn't win the close ones, Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. They want better communication on the court.
Well, you look at who they've had as import point guards since coming into the competition. John Roberson, who's a high offensive guy. Kiefer Sykes, another one. So you bring a guy like Gary Brown who can come in and kind of facilitate and lead, but he's also a terrific defender. And if you need him to be a a scorer, he will. In the pre-season game, so before the Blitz, they played Tassie twice. He was doing that. Just going about his business, getting everybody in the right spots. They lose Trey Kell, they lose Ryan Brockhoff. Well, Ryan Brockhoff is already injured, and he stepped up in the Blitz to score the ball, shoot the ball. So that's a key piece. And Trey Kell, another one. If you haven't seen it, and you're looking for something to watch at the three-quarter time break, the behind-the-scenes footage from Summer League of the Phoenix signing Trey Kell was awesome. To see how it all goes down. Good defense from Tyler Harvey, who wants a challenge, and I think he might win it if Jackomas believes in his star man.
The ball went straight out of bounds. It is going down to black ball.
Oh, don't even need it. Michael Allen comes in, says, I had a better angle, save your challenge.
And it's efficiency and the right outcome.
Here we go.
Yeah, as a lover of all point guard play, I feel personally ripped off that I'm not getting to see Gary Brown Jr. I'm not getting to see Justin Robinson, because those two guys, they played the position beautifully. Even in that game one, even though Justin Robinson didn't score well, 8 assists, 0 turnovers. And not just the 8 assists, but the passes too that he makes, the guys not hitting shots. Just plays the position beautifully. Missing that.
Bernard cuts towards the basket, over the top, Mathiang. Follow-up from Pinot.
White 5.
Foul ended up going, but he did all the hard work. And then Dan Pinot is just an offensive rebound magnet. The ball just happens to find wherever he is, gets himself in the right position, and then he'll want that one back. It's his bread and butter. He had 20 rebounds on his floor a couple of years ago before he had to deal with some back-to-back injuries. Not every day you can walk in and get 20 rebounds in an NBL game.
That's a skill. That's an effort. It's got nothing to do with his size, his stature. It's just his heart, his will.
Come on.
Edmonds on the floor again.
Well, you mentioned it, Hal, that he already had a flop warning. If there was no call there, I'm surprised they didn't at least have a little word to him. Tyler Harvey is going to do that. He is going to try and shake you off and may throw you a little bit. That's just cheeky.
Yeah. That's when
first points for a while for Tyler Harvey since the first quarter, I reckon.
The old sneaky guard go to set the screen in the middle of the key and the lob over the top. See, it's little things like that, Pete, they used to do to me when I take advantage of my lack of size. And it's funny how guys now, smaller guys, they don't seem to get targeted as much. I'm surprised that anytime we play the Melbourne Tigers, as soon as I hit the floor, Leonard Copeland is going, Mouse.
Thanks, Tyler.
51 in the post. Sorry, you know, I could not just hide on the floor. Guards now, it seems like they can just kind of get away with playing without being targeted because we're running so much to this continuity structure offense.
You speak from experience. So every time I got thrown out there against Perth, Bryce Cotton went at me with a 4-point play and I sat straight back down. So I think they still tie every now and then.
Tyler Harvey's up to 13 points now. 4 of 10 from the field. Mitch Creek runs it, ding. That's audacious. Then Harvey comes away.
It's one of those days for Mitchell.
Here we go. Mathiang pounds the chest and pounds the rim.
He loves it. Mathiang. There's a 20-point margin with an emphatic slam. I'll tell you what, it's good to see him back playing basketball. He went through some pretty tough injuries. Madut tees up. That should be a layup for him, and it is. Another breakdown. For the Hawks, you don't need to cheat. Lockie Dent tries to keep on.
So they're coming from a long way back, the Phoenix. It's the Hawks 65, leading the Phoenix 48. NBL Thursday Night Hoops, thanks to Hungry Jacks. So the home side, the Illawarra Hawks, with a 17-point lead. Got it out to 20 in that third quarter. Look to be headed for their first win of the season unless the Phoenix can do something extraordinary in this final term. So things coming together for the Hawks. Let's go courtside with Matt Russell.
Yeah, a little insight into the Illawarra crowd, Alistair. During that third quarter when Kevin White and Jimmy Conrad were on the pine, wrestling for the ball with the South East Melbourne Phoenix, a fan reached over, grabbed him by the shoulder and said, "That's what we love, blue collar, down and dirty." Backed up by Mango Mathiang at three-quarter time, he said, "Let's kick him in the guts, let's keep our foot on their throat." Thank you, Mango.
All right.
Well, he's a high-character guy, Mango Mathiang. As we know, he had a little bit of NBA experience and had to go through some pretty tough periods with injury, really learning to walk again. Last 18 months, it's great to see him out there. And I tell you what, if you do get a chance to go along, whether it's the Hawks or your team or they're playing the Hawks, there's no level of pork chop carry-on more than Mango Mathiang in the league.
Is he taking a page out of the book of Baines? Just so happy to be out there playing basketball.
Oh, that's what he's done his whole life, his whole career, and that's what makes him such a high-quality person. He's an infectious character to have around. He's always smiling, he's always joking, he loves to carry on. He's a big play maker. He likes to have some big dunks, big opportunities. Kyle Adnam gets that one to go. He's into double figures now. It's been a tougher shooting night for him.
How safe are you feeling right now with this 15-point lead of the Hawks? I'm not feeling very safe for some reason because I'm seeing too much of this. I don't know what's going on. So if they mess around, I can see the Phoenix getting themselves back in this because all it takes is a 5-minute stretch from Creaky or Kyle to change things around.
There's a turnover there. It's definitely not safe because I'm sure Simon Mitchell at three-quarter time said, look, we probably played it as poorly as we can. We're down 18, we're down 16, and everybody's got a green light. I just want everybody to go out there and play ball. Yes, we're down to significant players, so just go out there, do what we've been practicing, and just have some fun and try and make some plays.
Here they go through Creek, who's been very quiet, and the putback.
Okay.
Pinot comes up with 2.
That's an aggressive Creek. He calls that offensive rebound for Dane. So if he can get in that mode, it is still plenty of time for the Phoenix.
Deng Deng thought about it. No second thoughts for Dent. Pinot, the rebound. Bernard, transition for the Phoenix. Get that margin back under double figures. Maybe the Hawks get a little nervous. Creek kicks it out. Bernard, feet set.
It's going to be a
fires.
timeout. Here we go. Here's a timeout from Jacob Jackomas. That's a great minute 40. One of the Phoenix, extra pass, wide open shot. Timeout.
An aggressive Mitchell Creek. He's attacking. He got downhill, attacked the rack like he always does, caused an offensive rebound, and then when he gets on the block, he knows how to impose his will on the game. Found the shooter in the corner. Bernard knocks it down, and now we officially have a game.
65-55. It is game on.
Well, we knew it was coming. That timeout was going to come pretty quick. That's exactly what it is. Just go out there and just play ball. I'm a little surprised. Mitch Creek obviously turned it up, but I like to see him actually set those screens with Kyle Adnam. He kind of just rolls out of him and looks for a mismatch, but I wouldn't say Creek down low against George King is a bit of a mismatch body-wise. Similar strength, similar height.
You can run.
So the Phoenix on a 10-0 run here just to make things a little more interesting. Margin had been 20 points. Harvey, that won't go.
It's great defense from Kyle Adam, not giving up on the play.
Harvey thought about it again. King kicks it out. Matiang! Or is it Swaka Bullock? Swaka.
That's different. See, that time they got dribble penetration. It's different when you get a kick-out three like that after some ball movement and some penetration as opposed to just playing catch with the ball and just shooting threes. So, not bad out of the timeout from the Hawks.
It's no surprise Phoenix have started to turn a corner.
He has lifted. What are you seeing, Matt Russell?
Comas at that timeout said, boys, we're up by 10. No need to panic, no need to rush. Take your time offensively, then be aggressive. And it showed that first bucket, 2 extra passes. Swaka Bullock scores. Now it's Sam Froling missing.
That's the exact play that I spoke about a bit earlier in this game. If you get the ball to Sam Froling in the high post, as Volk trying to cheer his team on, stay on this win. I did like, by the way, Volk talking about Conor McGregor now. Wouldn't mind seeing that matchup. Number 1 fan for the Hawks. Every single game he's there, cheering them on. But right there, Sam Froling, where you cut off him, and whether it's a handoff, but let him turn the corner. He's got a really good length when he turns the corner going left, and can just turn the wrist over at the end. Just flush it if he needs to.
Second to go. So the margin 12 with just over 7 minutes to go.
This is the Phoenix's window right here. If this thing gets to 5 minutes to go in the game and they're still down double figures, it's likely over. So they need to get this thing under 10 and take some momentum into the last 5 minutes, because eventually the Hawks and somebody like Tyler is going to start making some back-breaking shots.
Aaron Williams, 8 points, 10 rebounds, played just the 18 minutes. See him probably check into the game reasonably soon.
Adnam. Creek, deep three.
Here we go.
Oh, yes, here they come.
I never gave up on you, Creaky. An aggressive Creek is a good Creek. He was just quiet, Pete. He was just a little bit too passive early.
Is he out of the funk yet?
He's out of the funk officially.
Okay.
That's got to shake you out of the funk. He had 5 points in the first 3 quarters. Froling.
Oh my! Well, this is it. Simon Mitchell might want to have to think about this, because Dane Pinot rarely makes those kind of mistakes in terms of just lowering your arms. Yes, he might not have his body position right as Mitch Creek steps into that one, starting to pick it up a little bit. But Dane Pinot is always pretty solid defensively, especially on the ball screen. There we go.
Timeout.
Simon Mitchell is going to challenge this, it looks like.
We have a coach's
and I think it's a great challenge, whether you lose it or not, because he knows Dane Pinot. Dane Pinot is exceptional at keeping his hands straight up. He knows he's not athletic enough to block anybody, keeps it within himself, and always just try and uses his body to play through. Now, the question mark is going to be, did he get his hands straight up and vertical in time? He's still moving, but is he moving forward into the space of Sam Froling or not? That's what's going to be having a look at completely with the coach's challenge.
Now, Pete, your coaching challenges last year.
Yes.
Are you taking much confidence going into this car? Like, what is your percentage? What are we looking at?
Well, it's probably going to be the baseline view that they look at just to...
No, I'm talking about your confidence, Pete.
Well, have another look. I mean, I guess he's still moving to the left a little bit, but...
Thank you. Coach's challenge is unsuccessful. The call on the floor is confirmed. The foul is on white 22 for a blocking foul. We will assume with 2 shots to black 13.
As you can see, he was just bent over a little bit when that contact was initiated. But I don't mind it. I don't mind that challenge for the sake of you've got to have the trust in what Dane Pinot does well, which is walling up and being vertical. So it's kind of one of those calls where you might let them have a stronger look at it. I would like to look from the baseline angle. That could have been a different thing altogether. Pinot's a bit flat about it. Simon Mitchell asking questions. You don't like the coach's challenge?
No, I was thinking more like, what was your 50-50 rate? Like, what was your plus minus last year anytime you had to do a coach's challenge?
Mate. If you can go into negatives, well, I'm wrong here, so I'm off to a flyer.
So there's referee Michael Aylen. He's a highly experienced campaigner, and Simon Mitchell, the coach of the Phoenix. Froling again misses the first attempt. Simon Mitchell, you can see he's got a little sniff of something maybe here.
Missed both there.
Wow.
That's also why we're not referees. That's why we sit here. I don't envy them.
Reward yourself, Sammy.
We'll go down to Matt Russell for an update. Matt?
Yeah, while that video review was on, the Phoenix huddle, they said repeatedly, 3 stops, men, 3 stops. And Damon, do you reckon Darnell Mee would have been a favourite, a fan of the captain's coach's challenge?
Oh, he would have loved that one, wouldn't he?
Adnam getting busy. Creek's been really busy in this final quarter. Not quite. Ball's gone over the baseline.
Looked like there was a lot of contact on that spin. But again, I like it. Ball screen, pick and roll with Creek and Adnam. Everybody space, be ready to shoot, have Dave Pinot in the dunker spot. I think that's their best offense right now, is trying to make something happen. Have Bernard, Madut spacing the floor, ready to catch and shoot. Let Adnam and Creek kind of play in the 2-man game.
That's it.
It's a simple game.
Sam, yeah, we complicate it. We try to get too cute sometimes with X's and O's. Keep it simple. Sam goes down there and misses 3 straight. Come down, dodge the bullet with Creaky missing that shot, but all the momentum is going to Phoenix's way right now, so Illawarra's going to have to come down and execute.
That's going to be Phoenix ball, it looks like. Well, very close. Johnny wants a foul. They got to get it over.
You just feel the tension around the stadium building a little bit here.
Look at the Amy replay, and oh my. Well, Maduk got a hand on her, but it's those kind of bang-bang calls that if they slow it right down, it probably did come off Majonia, but it was definitely forced out by Madut, so a good call in the end.
Harvey over the top, Froling. Can he get one to go here? Tried to bank it. No good. Creek comes up with the rebound.
Here it is, Pete.
Fed to Creek by Adnam, and the Phoenix is certainly coming now. Engagement levels in this contest very high.
Well, we asked for it. Whether it's on the wing or it's at the top, as George King just throws Creek out of the way.
The Phoenix know who they are in these situations. Kyle said it last week after the first game. Late in the quarter, late in the game, this pick and roll action right here.
Junior Madut up to 18 points.
Hawks have no answer for some reason, even though they run the exact same stuff. I don't get it.
We spoke a little bit about how the offense in the first 3 quarters from the Phoenix, especially in the middle two, was just going sideline. It was basically running around the 3-point line. Now everybody's testing the waters, getting into the paint, seeing if they have an advantage, and things are just opening up. It's not just once, it's not just twice, just continuously checking to see who can get feet deep in the paint and try and make a play.
So how would Jacob Jacobus be feeling right now? His team led by 20 points in the 3rd quarter. He's taken over from the greatest of all time, Brian Goorjian, and he's chasing his first NBL win. He's looking pretty calm.
Yeah, but his chest is bubbling underneath that polo shirt. Because you know what? He doesn't trust his team yet. This team hasn't earned his trust just yet. Even though everything is spoken about and they got their plans, they're not executing the way he wants them to. So right now as a coach, you're sitting over there feeling helpless, and you're just hoping that the guys do the right thing.
I love all the whole talk. I mean, he had a chat with Liam Santamarita on the huddle talking about how you can't try and copy exactly what Brian Goorjian does because you're just doomed to fail. As Lockie Dent tries to float it off the glass, that's not good. But just take little learnings here and there. I'm sure Goorjian will be tuning in.
That helps from Tyler Harvey. Well, you'd be mad not to try and take whatever you could from a coach like Brian Goorjian, but it is about him putting his own stamp on as Junior Madut works his way into the paint.
Junior Madut is also working his way into the main rotation.
No doubt.
When the big boys come back, when Phoenix got their full team, Junior Madut has proven that he can be a valuable guy out there in that rotation. Because we're not going to be playing 9-10 guys as the season gets thick. But Junior's showing that he can contribute on both ends.
And that's exactly that silver lining of having players out. We saw it last season. It happens every season. Maybe there's a guy or two who has injuries or gets fouled out. The rare situation that the Phoenix have faced, I'm not sure I've seen a team start a season missing so many key pieces, but it gives this opportunity for Junior Madut. It gives this opportunity for other players to step in and tell Simon Mitchell, look, you're gonna have to play me when everybody's back, because I am ready for this opportunity, and whatever you need, I can deliver. And he's taking every of that right now.
Again, the hopeful Hawks fans go hungry. Tyler Harvey tries to feed the basket, but it doesn't go.
He's not getting off to a good yield, his floating percentage. And the thing with that shot is, Pete, you take it within the first 8 seconds. So now, this is the thing, is you live or die with those decisions that Tyler makes without having that lead point guard out there that can really take the ball out of his hands sometimes.
Williams underneath, Junior Madut.
He moves so well off the ball, Junior Madut, just doesn't stand still. Up to 21 points now, 9 of 14, super efficient. Again, that's the passing display of Williams. Is Mathiang
muscles his way through for 2 and then muscles his way into the hearts of the local crowd.
Well, he's letting Mitch Creek know about the strength, and that's 2 ex-Australian teammates on the World Uni Games, my teammates as well. And they were had a lot of fun together. That relationship goes way back. That's not Mathiang just coming in and having a few words.
Tyler Harvey pops it up with the left hand. What's the word for that, my friend?
The float game is exquisite. Okay, he just missed the last one. The very same shot he took previously, that I thought bad shot, he just did it again, makes it, Pete. So you live with it.
Bernard, no good underneath. Madut can't get it to go. Williams, neither. Misses the putback, but they win it again. Junior Madut. Still plenty of time for the Phoenix. Adnam. Creek is there. Blocked. Deng Deng. Puts it over the baseline. Should clarify, Jacob Jackomas did win a game as coach last year when Brian Goorjian had COVID in Melbourne, but first win as the head coach of the side would be something pretty special for him, and he's taken the long, hard road to get where he is. Adnam for 3. No.
A tough night outside Kyle Adnam after going 6 of 9 in their opening game. 1 of 8 from outside.
Dent hasn't had the same impact as last time. Goodness gracious me, Tyler Harvey up to 20 with a deep 3.
Well, it doesn't take long for him to just flick a switch. That's further than the car park. That's ridiculous range.
The fact that the ball touched 4 other guys' hands and then came back to Harvey, you knew it was going to go up. Just didn't think it would go up from half court, but this is who he is. He smells it now. The game is like right there. The Phoenix had their window. They couldn't quite get it. They got it to 6. They couldn't quite get that lead any lower than that. And now it looks like it's time to pack it up.
Well, when the game was there to be taken over, he's done that. Tyler Harvey, 7 of 15 from the field to go with 20 points. And Alan Williams goes to the free throw line. He's got his first double-double in the NBL. 10 points, 10 rebounds to go with 4 assists.
Won't be his last, you'd suspect. So margin at 10 here.
Oh, this ain't a good matchup. Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's have some fun. Come on. Phoenix did get as close as 6 in this final period, after the margin had been 20 in the 3rd quarter. So they've had to fend them off, the Hawks. And they found a response when they needed to.
Mathiang gets whistled for 3 seconds, and he's having a few words to say. Just trying to ask the question.
I'm still not overly confident with this 10-point lead.
Not with the way Junior Madut has been stroking the ball, and Adnam has had his struggles, but you know he can get hot. So he's had a little bit of Spanish action. Some offensive foul on Alan Williams. Good fight over from Tyler Harvey.
See, in situations like that, Alan Williams, you set the 1 pick, we don't use it properly. Then you use it a 2nd time, now you get me for the illegal screen. How about you just give it to me on the box? How about that?
Speaking of giving things, we're giving away a guaranteed $50,000 this season with thanks to Latrobe Financial. Enter now at nbl.com.au/legends for your chance to win $50,000.
Oh my, 50K.
I wouldn't have no trouble sticking.
Well, you know where to enter, nbl.com.au.
You know how many baby blue blazers I can get like this?
Legends.
Oh my, that's a foul. Mitch Creek on George King in the corner. Didn't need that. Well, 50K by the time they give that away, they'll probably get 3 tanks of petrol by then. How that's going.
You get a few men's club blazers with that. And might I add, they're well worth it. You look very slick tonight, Damon Lowry.
Mark looked after me today.
He's a good man.
Noticed there was a bit of extra. They loosened the stitching around the arms in yours. It's funny. They did the opposite of mine. They loosened it around the waist.
Mitch Creek sits down.
What's the secret there?
It ain't what you know. It's who you.
That's probably. Oh my, George King. Probably one of my 3 top fears: bees, heights, and a workout with you.
In the off season, we have to get together.
You've dodged the workout with Damon Lowry. I'm not certain you're dodging the bees at home just quietly at the moment, Pete Hooley.
On what baby watch?
So King looks like he can be a good contributor for the Hawks.
I think it's an excellent signing. And again, we didn't see a whole lot of him because of his injury during the preseason, but I think he's going to be a nice little piece. Once they do decide to do whatever happens with Justin Robinson, I think he's a really good piece to fit into their puzzle.
You can see that Jacob's committed to bringing him off the bench. Is that score? Because he could have started him today, but no, he's happy in that role.
I thought for a while that might have been because he was trying to get his feet under him, but he looks more comfortable because he gets to see the way the game plays out and come in and try and be the focal point.
Here we go again. The float king. He's well and truly afloat tonight. Great atmosphere in Wollongong. We're going to be celebrating tonight. Step forward in the coaching career of Jacob Jackomas and his team. Some key pieces. The side that got to the semis the last couple of years. And you wondered what the Hawks might be capable of. No ceilings placed on what they could achieve in season 23.
It's early days for everybody, obviously. You just want to bank as many wins as you can while you're figuring it out.
That's another good pass from Dent to Mathiang. That bench unit, they practice together every day. The little chemistry is growing. And no doubt, having a look at it here, Dent, little hesitation, just throw it up, and Mathiang just tips it in. Nice little caress. Mathiang played the 19 minutes. He's got 10 points on the night. Williams has had a really good night for the Phoenix. 13 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. Little block as well.
Be interesting what happens with his role when the big fella
No doubt.
in.
Yeah, that's something to watch.
Will they be able to coexist? Will they be able to play at the same time? Be interesting.
Foxwell gets inside. Williams. No good at all. Stands at the moment, the 72 points for the Phoenix is their 3rd lowest score in franchise history, so it's not been their night, albeit with the mitigating factor of some star players missing. So Jacob Jackomas, head coach of this Illawarra Hawks franchise, and he tastes victory on his home floor ahead of tough matches against the Wildcats in Perth Saturday night, and then a trip to Adelaide. That's an important win for the Illawarra Hawks, no doubt about it. Pete Hooley, Damon Lowry.
Oh, for sure. Just about to tick that one off in front of your home crowd, and wasn't pretty at times. They kind of let the Phoenix off the hook in the last quarter, but a win is a win. They've got plenty to grow on, and again, unfortunately, a lot of eyes are going to be on those scans from Justin Robertson, but in the end, Tyler Harvey started to show us Tyler Harvey evolved from a couple of years ago when he finished top 3 in the MVP. George King was really good. Sam Froling, he was good as well. Everybody just started to chime in. John is having a bit of fun until the camera goes on him.
Yeah, it's all a matter of just getting as many reps in as you can, not taking too many L's while you're trying to figure it out. So the Hawks, they want to be a defensive unit. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to do it. So they took a step in the right direction today. I'm not going to give them too much credit on the defense. I'll give them more than I did last week. But obviously, the Phoenix are compromised offensively. They were today. But the Hawks, you can only play who's in front of you. And to hold a team in the NBL to 72 points is still a good effort.
George King had a real impact, 16 points for King. And he likes to get the crowd involved as well. Our Foot Locker player of the game. No surprises here. He's with Matt Russell.
Yeah, the $250 Foot Locker gift voucher goes to Tyler Harvey. 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Sum up that game as a whole, Tyler.
Yeah, it was a big one for us. We dropped the first one here against a really good Sydney team, so we had to play with a little extra energy tonight to get this one done on our home court. So everybody chipped in, man. Lockie, another great game by him, so it was good to get a win.
A tough shooting night for you in game one, and a little bit of a hangover early in this one. Did the shots feel better the longer this game went?
Look, man, never a hangover. I try to stay stoic. Make or miss, man, you got to take the shots. You can't get involved in stats and all that, but at the end of the day, we got to win. That's all that matters.
How good did that long one out near centre court at the death there feel?
Hey, man, I practice those all the time, so I even asked Jake how he liked that one. So.
What about tonight? You keep the opposition to 72 points. Is that the most pleasing aspect, the defence?
Yeah, that's been our focal point for the last, for all preseason. So I'm sure Jake will be happy with that, but we got to keep building on that. It's only one game. We got another one coming up soon.
Sam Froling contributed. George King was there as well. Mango Mathiang. Talk to me about a few of your teammates tonight.
Yeah, it's going to take all of us, man. You see, Mango's energy is contagious. George can knock down the shot, and it's going to take all of us the rest of the year. This is a long season, so everybody's going to have to chip in at some point, so I'm glad it's starting now.
Well, Tyler Harvey, congratulations. You are the Foot Locker player of the game. Enjoy the win.
Thank you, brother.
Let's bring in your coach, Jacob Jacomas now. Jacob, when it comes to the fact you've won a game already as a head coach filling in for Brian Goorjian, but this is your first win as a full-time head coach. So describe your emotions after that.
I mean, every win's a really cool win. So, but yeah, obviously it's a good one to have a first one for the whole team and the guys to get one. It was a tough one the other night, so any kind of win this time of year is valuable.
You spoke about the shooting discipline in the first half, but you finished the game with the opposition under 80 points after giving up 106 against Sydney. Was that a pleasing aspect, the D?
Of course it is. We're trying to staple ourselves about the D. You know what I mean? And keeping, what do we keep them to? 85 is a pretty good result. That's what we want.
Yeah, 85-72, you win the game and you open your account on your home floor, which is important.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a really good win tonight. I mean, they were tough. They were tough the other night. I mean, when you play a little bit down men, you know, you get a little bit of desperate. So I thought we did a good job, but credit to them playing without 3 guys.
Just announced Tyler Harvey as the player of the game, but who else impressed you?
I thought Mango gave us some good minutes. One, he's a bit of an unsung hero, what he does defensively. And, you know, all the guys that are stepping out when people are out. So Justin's out right now. Lockie played good minutes. Mudd played good minutes. We're not gonna win games with a player a game. We're gonna win games with our whole team.
We wait to see what the scans tomorrow reveal about the knee of Justin Robinson. But how do you feel about the trip to Perth on Saturday?
Oh, any trip to Perth is tough. So I mean, I guess they're going to be ready for this one. You know, it's just another challenge for us right now. So any time we get on the floor, just getting better every day, and then whatever happens, happens.
Let's settle it once and for all. The surname, Jacomas, how's it pronounced?
It's Jacomas. It's Jacomas.
And congratulations, it's an NBL head coach winning name.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks.
Oh, there's a big one. I'm sure he'd take that, Jacob Jacomas. I'm sure he's happy just to have his first win. 1-1 now, the Hawks, as are the Phoenix. We'll wrap it all up. We'll look at the highlights. We'll dissect it all. The Hawks 85 beat the Phoenix 72. Well, here is our Foot Locker player of the game, Tyler Harvey. He was on early, had a little bit of a quiet patch and then came again late. It's only fair Damon Lowry gets to talk over these highlights, I reckon.
Hey, look, this is my guy. This is my pathological guy. I like how he started out, though. He was patient, getting everybody else involved, and then started, to do his thing. Because Tyler Harvey has to be Tyler Harvey for the Hawks to be a contender. So he turned it on down the stretch because he's a closer, and his confidence is through the roof. For every youngster out there watching, you heard what he said. You can't worry about what happened previously. You can't worry about stats. Shoot the ball with confidence, and that's what he does.
So 6 of 19 from the field in game 1 against the Kings. 1 of 7 from three-point territory. You see how he's turned it around there, Pete.
No doubt. Well, he started really slow as well. So then just, as you said, Damon, stuck to his guns. We'll have a look at the overall stats there. 10 of 22 threes from the Hawks. Phoenix 6 of 22, and they left a couple out there. They were good on the glass. All the stats are very similar, to be perfectly honest. But you look at that from the Hawks, they got to the free throw line a lot. That's when we saw the middle quarters, the back and forth, not attacking the rim. But this man, for the Illawarra Hawks, I'm excited for what they brought in with him. He's got a really nice shooting stroke from outside. He's really patient. And again, we probably asked him to try and do a little bit too much. In the end, he's super efficient. 16 points, 6 of 9 from the field. Got 4 rebounds, plus 19 in his 24 minutes played. So really good things are happening with George King on the floor. And man, it's a nice little puzzle piece for Jacob Jackomas to work with. I like that he highlighted Mango Mathang because his numbers aren't going to tell the whole story. And in the end, it's a good win on the home floor.
Well, this is just a great round 2 of NBL action. We've got 7 teams playing twice across this round. The Breakers returning to Auckland. First game in New Zealand in 489 days. They'll host the Tassie Jack Jumpers. When they last played at home, the Tassie Jack Jumpers didn't exist, Pete.
It's going to be an emotional one for a lot of New Zealand Breakers, both local players and fans, and I can't wait to see them run out on the floor in front of a packed stadium. It's going to be awesome. How's this? That's the entree. Here's the main course for tomorrow night. Sydney Kings. The Bullets will want to have a bounce back. Aaron Baines will be ready to roll, and that is going to have a few fireworks, I would think. It's championship night, Kudos Bank Arena, ring night. So let's see if the Brisbane Bullets can spoil the party.
Yeah, lots to look forward to there. And then, of course, tomorrow, go to nbl.com.au to find out where to watch this clash. The Adelaide 36ers taking on Oklahoma City after that amazing performance against the Phoenix Suns on Monday. A quick tip from you, David?
36. Everybody in Australia is a 36ers fan.
I'm with you.
Great to have your company. Thanks to Pete. Thanks to Damon. Thanks for everyone behind the scenes. Enjoy the NBL as it unfolds across the early stages of this season. It's going to be a beauty. The Hawks broke through for their first game of the season. Enjoy your night.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.